Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. First things first, guys, make sure you smash the likes and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Only 60 away now from 7K. So please help me get there, guys. And in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the future of Noni Madueke, almost a bit of a forgotten man at Chelsea. You know, what's kind of going on with him? Has he got a chance of forcing himself into the team? Where does his future lie at the club? There's lots to get into in this topic. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below as well, people, on Madueke and where you sort of see his future at Chelsea going. But I just thought it was an interesting topic to discuss because, as I say, all the attention's on Cole Palmer, rightfully so, Raheem Sterling, Mikhailo Mudryk. Everyone's kind of forgetting a little bit about Madueke, and there's definitely a lot of talent there. There's ability there. We saw it at times last season, obviously, in Chelsea's worst team in Premier League history. But people were wanting him to play. You know, we wanted to get him on the ball. He had a very good game at Bournemouth away. Obviously, got a goal at the Emirates. Yes, it's only one goal during his time at Chelsea, but he has played only, 700 minutes in the Premier League, just over. He's shown glimpses again this season. He started one game against Brentford. You know, if that shot's inches low, he curls one in nicely to open the scoring in that game. Yes, he did well in the EFL Cup against AFC Wimbledon, scored from the spot, was a threat all night. Surprised that he didn't get a look in against Blackburn really either. And it's just all been a bit stop-start for him. And do you know what? This season particularly, I kind of put down his kind of bad form, I suppose, or inability to get a run in the side down to the fact that he completely missed pre-season. Yes, he was aware of the under-21 side winning the Euros with England and playing a big part in that, but not having a proper pre-season with Chelsea, missing in and out through injury, didn't play a single minute in that pre-season. Has kind of cost him there. He's got behind in his development a little bit, you would say. The likes of, obviously, Cole Palmer coming in, making a big impact, absolutely smashing it. Hasn't helped Madueke. Mikhailo Mudryk showing good form as well. Hasn't helped Raheem Sterling, obviously, is starting to come back to his best. And he's almost become a little bit of a victim of a bottleneck and the fact that we stacked up in that position. I'm quite confident, guys, that if Madueke was playing regularly, then he would be showing how good he is. You know, I think he would be succeeding for us right now, but he's fallen victim, as I said, of the stacking in that area. And look, I do think he'll turn out to be a decent Premier League player, but it's very, very difficult to say whether that's going to be at Chelsea or not. If we actually look back to what he did when he first arrived, obviously arrived for around 35 million pounds, not this January, last January, going into a very, very disjointed Chelsea team. He made 12 appearances, obviously got one goal, which, all right, it's not great. No assists in that time. He was subbed on 5 times, subbed off 7 times. So he had 7 starts and 5 substitute appearances. Obviously, his goal coming at the Emirates. In the Champions League, he obviously wasn't in that squad. But, you know, he showed glimpses. His dribbling was very, very good. You know, that can't be denied, the way that he takes players on. We saw it at Bournemouth, against Bournemouth away last season. He had a really good game, was a constant threat throughout. And, you know, he's one of those players, like a lot of players you've got at the club, that just needs a run of games to show what he can do. But the problem is now that because he's been in and out the side, injuries, you know, slight kind of discipline, etc., off the pitch, and whatnot. He just needs to get his head down and work hard. And opportunities will come. We've got a lot of games coming up in in the run up to Christmas. Sorry, playing sort of every 3 days. There's going to be rotation, and Madueke will get an opportunity. I'm sure he'll start some games. He'll definitely get sort of 20 minutes, half an hour there. The thing with a young player is not even a young player, it's just players in general. You have to make the most of your opportunities when you get them. And he will get them. We've seen him play, less than 1,000 minutes of Premier League football. He's only 21. Look, end product's not great, but I don't know if we can say that his end product is horrible because he didn't hit the ground running in an absolutely awful Chelsea side last season. I don't think that's fair. You know, people are saying like he's not really improved that much. Well, it's quite hard to improve when you're not fucking playing or getting a run in the side. Yes, he's got stiff competition as you would expect at a club like Chelsea. But if you look at his stats this season, the guy's barely played. Yes, injury has played a part, but I mean, look at this in the five appearances in the Premier League. He's played 116 minutes. He's played 84 minutes in the EFL Cup. It's really not an awful lot. If you go for a detailed breakdown of where his minutes have obviously come this season, it's not great. Obviously unused sub against Liverpool, got 15 minutes against West Ham, unused against Luton. He got 28 minutes against Forest. He then missed Bournemouth and Villa with a muscle injury. He played 1 minute against Fulham, unused sub against Burnley. He's played 6 minutes against Arsenal. He started against Brentford, and then he was unused sub in both of the last 2 games. So yeah, one start, 4 substitute appearances, and 5 appearances on the bench. That's not a lot of football, and that's really hard as a young player to get any sort of rhythm when you are essentially on poverty minutes. That's the reality of the situation. Madueke right now is on poverty minutes. I think people are forgetting how good this guy is and what talent he does have. Now, we always see during the international break, he kind of smashes it at under 21 level. And I get it that, people are a bit reticent to sort of big up under 21 level. There's a reason, there's a big difference between 21 and senior level. But what I would say is that only literally Cole Palmer until only in this international break was playing under 21s football on a regular basis, and he was doing very well there as well. So why is it that when we praise Madueke for doing well at 21 level, it's like, oh well, it's only the 21s. He needs to do it in senior football. But when it was Cole Palmer doing it, like we were happy to big him up and praise him for it. Yes, he was doing it also in a Chelsea shirt, but he's forced his way in. He's made the most of the opportunities that he's been given. And I just think Madueke, it's been a stop-start season. It has been a struggle. He still is only 21 years of age, so he's got time on his side. But the problem he's got is that, again, stacked in those wide areas, and Kunku to come back from injury as well. We might go and get another forward in January. That again is more attacking options, and he's not as good as the other guys in front of him. And the fact that he's not even being used from the bench, when realistically he's probably one of the only, him and Broja are probably the only attacking options on the bench at this point in time, and he doesn't really get much of a look in, is a little bit concerning. I don't know what Pochettino thinks of him. Yes, it obviously reminded him, they had a little chat about the fact that he was pictured at a party. I think not really a massive deal in my opinion, but I suppose it's those little things as a manager that maybe play in the back of your mind. It's also hard to, when you've got 3 guys in Mudryk, Sterling and Cole Palmer who are doing really well, it's quite hard to see where Madueke does get a look in. That's the big problem. But this kind of tells you the story of him so far at Chelsea this season, where he's played 116 minutes, I think it was, in the Premier League. And yeah, nothing's happened. There's only 1 goal in over 700 minutes of football, and when you purely look at it on that basis, that's poor. There's no getting away from it. That isn't good enough. That's fair. I don't have a problem with saying that, but as a fan base, we are absolutely way too judgmental from game to game, and I'm guilty of it sometimes as well. But Madueke was one of the shining lights last season in a horrendous season, and there was a patch where we were all excited to watch him play. We all wanted him to play, a little bit similar to how we are with Cole Palmer at the moment. But now people are getting on his back, and I just don't understand why people are getting on his back. He's hardly played. I think he's very underrated. There's a lot more to come, and he does deserve to get more minutes. It's just, where do we give him those minutes, and how does he get them? You only have to look at his dribbling stats to see that he absolutely can he can compete with the best in the league in terms of his dribbling stats, in terms of his ability to take players on. You only have to look at these dribbling stats here, and they're fantastic. Like they are great. 8.82 take-ons attempted, successful take-on percentage, tackle during take-ons is look, these are all things. I think it's clear that we know that he is a top level dribbler. Yes, there's other aspects of his game that need to improve: defensive work rate, finishing, end product, ball into the box, all that sort of thing does need to improve. But there is the basis there of a good player. He's got good attributes, and it's about him finding his feet. Is his future going to lie at Chelsea? I don't know. He's going to have to play really well to force his way in. He really is. And look, opportunities will come. We've got a lot of games coming up once we resume against Newcastle on Saturday. There's games are coming thick and fast. He will get some opportunities. I am surprised that Pochettino didn't play him at all against Blackburn in the Carabao Cup. I thought that would have been a perfect opportunity for him to play. We didn't see him. We didn't get that. It was a bit strange. Yes, we've got Angelo to come back next season as well. It's gonna be tough. He could just be a victim of just too many players in that position, potentially. Angelo to come back. But with Madueke, I don't know what it is, right? But I just feel like there's something there. I can see it, I can sense it. It's just about him being able to deliver on it. But he's 1v1, he's very, very good. There's no denying that. He is exceptional 1v1. But yeah, this comparison all the time between players, we need to, it just needs to stop. It doesn't help anyone. It's not productive. And it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. But look, where do I feel his future lies? It's a tricky one. I think what he needs to do is he needs to have a run of games. Maybe a loan spell might be good for him. But then again, you suffer your one injury to a Mudryk or a Sterling or a Palmer, and Madueke is gonna be getting sort of semi-regular minutes again. So it is a squad game. You do need players like that. Look, young players need to play to develop, and this was always one of the drawbacks of this recruitment system, where you sign a lot of young players. They all need time to develop, but they're all taking minutes off each other, and some are going to develop faster than others, and others are going to have limited opportunities. And that's where kind of Madueke finds himself at the moment, guys. But look, I think he does have a Chelsea future, but he's got to make the most of the opportunities when he gets them, and he's got to knuckle down and do better than the guys that are ahead of him currently. Otherwise, it might be quite difficult for him. Maybe we need to send him out on loan somewhere, go and play week in, week out, and then come back to Chelsea and try again potentially. Or he could just be one of those that it doesn't work out. He goes and has a very good career elsewhere, and we make a profit on him. But look, I've not given up on him. I still believe in the kid. I think he's a very good player. I think he's got great talent. There's elite dribbling ability there. Obviously, other attributes need to improve. But yeah, I just feel like people have forgotten about him a little bit, and the criticism is slightly unfair when we're always saying, these young players need time, but then it seems to be slightly different with Madueke. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, whether you agree or disagree with me, where you see Madueke's future lying. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I'll catch you again in another video soon. Up the Chelsea, and peace out, people.